Hello, my friends. Welcome back. Today, I want to share my biggest inner work accomplishments so far. So, number one, look at life more with curiosity, like it's a game, instead of forcing, pushing, always having a sense of urgency. Those things are very linked to being in survival. When we're forcing, pushing, we don't see so much what's going on around us. When we look at life with curiosity, observing, exploring, looking for possibilities, looking at life more like a game, we have a broader view. If things come at us that we're not expecting, instead of being, no, we will now be like, oh, what is that? How can I adapt to that? We see a broader picture, we see possibilities. For example, I was in a salsa class and my teacher made me do the same move, like something like 100 times. And I was in a headspace. We're just going to do this until it works. And then eventually it did. And boom, my level went up. If I would have been in urgency, stress mode, I would not have gotten that and really gotten to the next level. And that's how it is in life. Life shows us the way. We just need to look at it. A little bit in childlike wonder with curiosity. Number two, this is my biggest inner work accomplishment so far. Becoming my true authentic self. Being my true authentic self, open and honest with people. When I grew up, I was terrified of what other people would tell about me or doing something wrong. I grew up in a very tight environment with many rules and also rules that were not spoken. You were just supposed to pick up on it. So around adults, I was scared to behave in the wrong way and then be shamed for it. Because guilt and shame, that's how we were raised. And also at school, I was scared. I didn't know what other kids were supposed to know. The latest joke, the latest name of a rock star, the latest, and I would be found out and laughed at and shamed. I was terrified of those things. So I was very, very at keeping to myself and not expressing myself, and probably not so much fun. And then as a teenager, I got bulimic, more things to hide. Then I became an addict, even more things to hide. I was living in the fear of being found out, hiding, covering up, lying. In my family, the self-worth was measured by university degree or having a high-paid corporate job. I have neither, so most of my life I felt worthless. And with those things, hiding my life, covering up, being bulimic, addicted, and not having that, I was constantly living up the fear of being found out, constantly. And so I could not let anybody close because I had so much to hide. They would have found out. I had to keep everybody at a distance. And that way, I did not have real friends. And I was complaining about not having friends, but that was the reason. So that is very important. If you're in that situation that you can't be yourself around people, that you live in fear of being found out, that you're being judged and guilt and shamed, you need to get away from those people. Or at least try to find a small group, one person, better more, where you can really be your true, authentic self. No hiding, no lying, expressing yourself, because that is where the connection lies. That is where you find the true connection, and that is absolutely amazing. I did not have this most of my life, and I'm very happy to have this now, to be free. No more scared of being found out, no more lying and hiding, I'm free. And I wish everybody to have that. Accomplishment number three. I'm responsible to get my own needs met. Most of my life, I had no clue about this. Recently, I read the book Attached. A very good book that changed my life. I'm not getting paid for this. So it talks about attachment styles, anxious attachment style, avoidant attachment style, and secure attachment style. I was very, very anxious attachment style and sometimes avoidant. So in relationships, I responded from a very, very anxious place. And that's usually not making the situation better. Also, if someone was disagreeing with me, I always thought the other person was right. It didn't occur to me that I could be in the right. It didn't occur to me that my opinion matters, that my needs matter. In my last relationship, it was a very hard experience. My ex did things that my soul did not agree with again and again and again. And I did not leave, and I did not leave, and I did not leave. Finally, I left. This is now 3 years later. And now I have confidence, self-confidence, and I have good boundaries. I had none of that before. I'm happy now. I have self-confidence and I have boundaries. And I understand that I am responsible to get my needs met, my physical, mental, spiritual, emotional. I'm responsible. And if I get those needs met, I'm going to be so much more of a pleasant person to be around. So it's good for everyone. Okay, so to sum it up, my most important inner work accomplishment so far, number 1, replace urgency, pressure, pushing, forcing with curiosity, looking at life more like a game. Number 2, my biggest accomplishment, become your true authentic self. Be open and vulnerable around people. That is the only way you can create real, deep, fulfilling connections. And number 3, I'm responsible to get my emotional needs met. I hope this session was useful to you. If you like it, please like and subscribe. And I wish you a wonderful day. Bye-bye.